So the company was kind enough to send me Get That Pirate's Booty game to try. And I will say, when we got the instructions, it looked super intimidating. And I was like, whoa, I don't know about this. Lots of cards, lots of rules. And so I'm going to try to kind of simplify it, because I think the first time I played it, I didn't fully understand the rules. So I'm not really sure if I played to the best of my abilities. So every player is going to get 7 cards. You shuffle the whole deck, and you're going to get 7 cards to start, and then everything else is in a draw pile to take. And the goal is you'll put all of your light cards together, and these are the treasure cards. The goal is to get 4 of them, and you have to get 3 piles of 4. So 4 of one color, and then 3 piles of that. You can get, because of all the colored ones, there are 9 cards, so you could get 2 piles of one color, or yes, 2 piles of one color. Then the hard card here, because there's only 4 of them in the deck. So I did not even come close to getting this as an option, but you only need the 4 and you win the whole game. So just 1 pile of 4. So you have your 7 cards. It comes to your turn. You're going to take 2 from the draw pile, okay? And then you figure out what you want to do, pair the liked colors. But then there are 3 additional cards. The challenge card. So this is if you want to basically try to steal one of the other player's cards that is laying down, not in their hand, laying in front of them, which I'll explain more. Then you have a wild card. This basically can be used as any treasure card you want, or even a pirate ship. But there's only 2 of them, so again, hard to get. And then there are these action cards. And I'm not really even going to go through all of them, because there's a lot of them. And what we did, the directions are here, and they're all laid out here. The directions to each action plan is also on the card, so you don't really need that there, but it did kind of help. So you can play one of these. I'm going to explain one of these later, though. Okay, so you get to pick 2 on your turn, and then you lay 3 cards down, and that can look like 3 options. You can lay a treasure card down in front of you. Once you put it down, you can't put it back in your hand. Then you could play a challenge card. So, like I said, once you put cards down, you could lay this down and say, I'm going to challenge your gold. That person has to play another gold card. So say this person has 2 gold in front of them. You challenge it and say, I want your 2 gold. This is in my hand, so I'm going to say, I can protect it. If this person has a gold and put it down to say, nope, still want it, and you don't have another gold to throw, they get the pile of gold. And then they have to lay it in front in their treasure cards. So that's a challenge card. So that's an option to play. Or you can play one of these action cards. In this nope, say this person throws the challenge card for your gold again. If you have this card, you can say, nope, no thank you, no you're not. And then it's done. Unless that person also has a nope card and throws it back down, then their challenge will still work. Okay, I told you, lots of rules, lots of things to follow. It does get easier the more you play. I'd have to say, second and third time I played, a lot more fun than my first. So you can throw 1 action, 1 challenge, and lay 1 of these. If you decide to play or lay 3 treasure cards, that's your 3 cards. That's your play. You can't then play a challenge card and an action card. So say you challenge the gold cards. They give them to you. And say then you put them in front of you. You use one of your cards. So say you had 3 additional treasure. You can't lay those 3 down. So say you stole 1 gold with your challenge, you lay the gold down. This was one of your uses. You could then not play all 3 of those cards. You would have to play 2 in one turn on top of the one you stole, and then wait your next turn to lay that one down as your 4th. So 3 cards per turn. And then with these little guys, I'm using gold as all my examples. Okay, so you have your 4. Say you're lucky and you get that in your first hand. You're going to protect that with that. There are action cards. Swindle. You make them change their card or their coin with that action card. So say I had 2 green laying down. This person plays that swindle card and says, move your coin to the green. Now they can use their second card to challenge and steal that pile. That's where it kind of gets fun and tricky with the action cards and the challenges and how you strategically decide to play the hand. So a little bit of luck of what cards you are given, but then all of the strategy with how you're going to play your challenge cards, how you play your action cards, and when you lay cards down. Because the final rule is after you play your 3 cards, you have to count all of your cards, and if you have more than 10, you put them down in a discard. The other person can't get them. They're used when you run out of the draw pile, but you can only have 10 because that means like you can't just hold all your cards and not play them until you have, the 3 sets of 4. That's not fair. So it forces you to put cards down that you want to save or discard them and not have them. So this game, I think I've only played with my husband so far. You can play up to 6 players. And honestly, it was fun. And I'm excited to play with a bigger group because I think it will be a little bit more strategy. So I highly recommend this game. If you're into games, strategy play, this is a good game to have. Enjoy.